Hold on, wait. This is Scarface people. This is Scarface people. All right.
Hey, hago los tallos así, man. Yo gané en la mía, ¿ok? Eso está querido, ¿ok?
Is this guy Scarface? Check out, bro. Can you stop?
So you asked
like,
me if doing prison was the hard part. And
what are these
I spent
bots
over 12
keep
years in
asking
prison.
me
In 18 years, I
if
did
I want
12
views?
total. And it wasn't the hard part. Wasn't going to prison. It was getting out and trying to be part of society again.
Damn, yeah, facts. It's a whole different thing.
Because at one time I was a contractor. I had 4 employees, 3-bedroom house, blah 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 blah. And I had to lose it all to realize it was just stuff. But still, then when you're done with your time, and I discharged my sentence in February 11th of 2011, I got my parole papers signed off. I became a citizen again. I can actually vote. I can actually go in and vote for the president. But I can't get a job here or here or here. I can't have any apartments because they won't accept felons. And I even went to an agency that took felons, and they'll give a pedophile an apartment before they will me because I had a drug charge. I wasn't even dealing.
That's insane. Yo, this justice system is like, it's so messed up, bro. Like, they'll arrest you for like having like an ounce of weed on you or something. They're like, oh, you were trying to distribute it, bruh. I'm Chinese, ancient Chinese individual here. I just came from, you know, a war, and I'm fighting. You know, our beer is 0.02% strong. I just want to get fried. I want to get burnt, bruh. I'm burnt, bruh. I want to get geeked, you know? And they'll, like, send you to prison for, like, 10 years for that, bruh. And, well, what do they do that? Do they do that to, like, pad their, like, on a broader scale, as it did, like, pad their, statistics of, like, the jail statistics, or whatever? Maybe, like, rehabilitation, stuff like that. They're like, oh, look, these are nonviolent offenders who went to jail for a long time, and now we properly rehabilitated them. But it's just not the case. Like, it's just some college student or something, or like some dude who does Zaza, or even like heroin or whatever. Like, of course, those are like really bad drugs, but like, these are grown adults. They can do what they want, bro. I think the bigger issue here is the rehabilitation. As a matter of fact, like, you gotta understand that this person is causing no harm to anyone other than themselves, you know? Arresting them for however long, the same amount of time that you'd arrest someone who murders people, or maybe, like, even more time than someone who molests kids. That's insane. That's disgusting, bro. That's vile. Now, I think those people should personally be publicly, like, executed. You know, as a matter of fact, the BBW should definitely bring back Neanderthals and, like, dinosaurs and stuff of that nature. Have them talk to fish and things like that. Maybe we should turn pedophiles into horses. You know, those are just some ideas. If anyone's a part of the government, you know, hit me up. I know I got some stuff in my brain sometimes. As a matter of fact,
but anybody that has possession of drugs, they're worried about them selling drugs in their apartments, so they won't give them one. But this place would give a pedophile, somebody who raped a little baby or something, and give them an apartment, but they wouldn't let me have one because of my felony, because I had a drug felony. And it's just the hard part was just becoming part of society again. It's like they didn't want me. They didn't want me to be part of their society anymore. So I just decided, fuck it. I'm gonna sleep in a tent. I'm gonna do what I love for a living, which is playing music. And if I just make a little bit of money, I'd rather do what I love with a passion and make.
You know, that's what I was thinking, bro. Like, I mean, homeless people, I don't think they gave up. But to an extent, like, what can you do? You know? Like, society views you as sort of like a plague, I guess, or something. Bro, well, recently, my, place where I live at, has been getting filled with homeless people. They're building a bunch of low-income housing in the good part of town, which usually, you know, had nothing going on. Usually that would be on the other side of town. Now there's, like, homeless people sleeping outside of the postal office. Or there's, like, homeless people sleeping underneath like, small little tree ranges. Like, the other day, there's this shortcut from the postal office to, like, a convenience store. And I took that. And there's just, like, homeless people sleeping underneath, this like tree area that was kind of hidden unless you walk through the shortcut. And they had like a little stovetop on there where they cooked their own food. They had sleeping bags. These people were camping in like not nature. They were just camping in real life, bruh. I guess to be fair, that is what hiking and camping is. Maybe like homeless people really just like enjoyed camping and hiking when they were younger. They're like, huh, you know, I'm such a reject to humanity. People think I'm so disgusting. Why don't I just go camp and hike forever, bruh? You know, as a matter of fact, I might do that. You know, like, you know, camping, going on a hike from town to town, camping in the streets or something. That doesn't seem that, you know, half bad. So I see how that can be like a pretty good thing for them. You know, it'd probably be even better because, you know, they can just shoot up meth or like heroin or something while they're camping and hiking and stuff. So, you know, living the life really, I guess. Happier than us.
Then
except when it's the winter.
Contract and then try to make a lot of money and be part of a society that doesn't even want me no more. Fuck them, you know? Fuck society. That's the way I feel.
Damn, man.
Feel that? Why did...
I meet a lot of good people, but I believe there's a lot of good people out there, but for the most part, most people, all they care about is themselves.
I mean, like, to be fair, is there purpose in caring for anyone other than yourself and your families, bro? Because, ultimately, like, I've been saying consistently, all that matters is you, but I understand his point, bro. People become so cold and so hyperfixated on themselves, and that's just Western culture in general, that like they don't even care about their family as well. Like, it's a very, and it's also not just Western culture generally. Like, there's differences, you know, not everyone in a Western culture is isolationist or something, or like, you know, super solitary. It's just like general, like, I'm just saying, like, I've noticed this more in those countries than, like, I guess, like, South America or something. You know, when I went to Bolivia, it was so much different. It was way more different, you know? Everyone is a part of the community. And although people are cold to each other in the sense that, like, they'll be driving through the streets and they'll completely ignore, like, a mother selling stuff with their children or poor. Or like, you know, something really sad. When I went to, I guess, the center of the city that I was in, that's where like a lot of the popular markets were, where people go sell stuff and things. Like the morning markets, where I got some pretty good shirts there. We saw like brother and sister. One of them was like 7. She was playing, I think it was a violin. I don't remember. She was playing an instrument, and she had a sign that was like, "Can you give me like 50 cents?" And her little brother, who must have been like 3 years old, was there as well. And you know, we gave him money because, you know, we had the money to give. And it's just kind of really odd to see they were there by themselves. Everyone was just walking by. In a sense, you know, like, just because it's a Western culture here doesn't mean that people are necessarily, like, always cold. People can be cold anywhere. But generally, you know, when I went to the high flats over there, which is, like, the poorest of the poor kind of live there, it was different, bruh. Those people had, like, houses that were destroyed. Completely destroyed, especially the higher you went up. The way that the architecture is built there, it's kind of like this, like on an incline, like this, and it's just a big hole. So the houses, the poorer houses, the higher one up, the poorer, because 1, colder, 2, on the slant. So when it rains, and it rains hard there, like you'll just have flash floods. Houses will literally just slide off of there, and just whole neighborhoods will be taken down, and these people will still live in their homes after that. like when we were going up to the high flats, we saw completely like huge blocks of neighborhoods just like destroyed. They're brick houses. They build almost all their homes out of bricks because I think there's like some law that if you build a house out of bricks and like the bricks and the glue or whatever, it like, I think it legally, you don't have to pay taxes on it. So it's a way for like, you know, the poor people to like, you know, trick the IRS of Bolivia. And they're like, no, technically this house is still under construction because we're using these specific materials. But these people were still living in their homes after they were completely demolished. Like they were still in there making food on a fire because their gas systems didn't work anymore. And when you go to the high flats specifically, like it's so heartbreaking because those people literally have nothing. Like their houses are built out of like tin, just like any material that they could find to build anything. And a lot of them are destroyed. It is so cold up there. The air is so dry. The UV levels are insanely high. So everyone there is like turning black because the UV rays keep hitting them and there's a lack of oxygen. So their blood starts to like coagulate the older they get and stuff like that. So they'll just start to suffocate. It's like, it's kind of an awful life in my opinion. But one thing that I saw that was way more beautiful than anything I've ever seen, really, especially given the circumstances that these people are living under. I saw it all. I saw these homeless dogs. I saw ranges of just trash, fields filled up with just trash laying everywhere. Homeless dogs, homeless kids, homeless children just walking the street, laying there, sleeping on the side of the road. It was heartbreaking. But a lot of what I saw up there was a community. I saw groups of people sitting together at lunchtime, eating food, laughing, conversating, doing whatever. And that is kind of what I think we're missing over here. Not all of those people are family. Not all of those people, like, maybe even like, intimately know each other. But they're willing to help each other out. Because, in a sense, helping each other out helps themselves, you know? It's all about helping each other. And I feel like people in Western countries, not all of them, obviously I made that distinction, just have forgotten how much kindness really goes. Like, kindness goes a long way towards helping everyone, you know? People forget that being in this life is not just about helping yourself. It's about bettering yourself and helping others and helping them better themselves, you know? That's just ultimately what it is. But I also know nothing, so.
You could be standing there on the corner bleeding and people just drive by you. And they wouldn't want no part of it. They wouldn't want no part of the drama. So there'd be 1 in 10 that might stop and help, you know? I walked up to a woman once to ask her what time it was. I was pushing the cart. Me and my wife were pushing our cart. We had all the stuff in a grocery cart. I was pushing. I needed to know what time it was. So
damn, you got a girl?
What time it was? She's like, "Oh, get away from me! I don't have any money. Leave me alone." I'm like,
"Oh no!"
Wait a minute. She's like, "Just get away from me. Go." I'm like,
"No, that's foul, bro. Someone find this lady and like take her money away, take her house away or something. Take everything that's nice in her life away, bro. That's sick. That's like, nah. That is a sickening response to seeing like a homeless person." Not a homeless person. Seeing a person ask you the time. And just assuming whatever. Stop assuming things of people, bro. Because I can assure you that people have assumed stuff and generalized you based off of what you look like. I can assure you that's just the truth. I know for a fact people do that to me all the time, and it hurts. I'll be honest. Like, people assume they know me because of the way I dress or the way I look or the color of my skin, unironically. Like yeah. And it hurts, bro, knowing that you're not anything like what they think you are, and that they treat you differently because they think you are what they think you are, I guess. That was very weird way of saying it. But stop assuming things of people. People assume things of you every day, whether you pick up on it or not. I can assure you, when you do pick up on it, you don't feel good. It doesn't make you feel good. There's no point of already pretending to know, or there's not anything good in pretending to know that you already know the person you have just met, bro. Again, I'm phrasing this very weird, but just when you meet someone new, which I suggest you talk to as many people as you can, bro. Even if they don't talk back, just greet them, ask them how their day is. 9 out of 10 people will just be like, oh, my day was good. And that's good. That's fine. That suffices. People have things to do. 1 out of every 10 people you ask how their day is going will tell you genuinely how their day is going. And that'll be different. That'll feel nice. You will feel different. You'll feel good inside. Meet these people and really think about them as like a blank slate. Don't think anything about them until they talk. Now you can base stuff off of them once you learn whatever you learn about them. Like you learn that they listen to this type of music, you can maybe assume, oh, he likes that type of music. Then like, if like they for some reason like, I don't know, listen to the other music, you can be surprised then, because you're like, oh, based off of what I knew, you're kind of different. But never get surprised at someone being what you thought they were, or like being different than what you thought they were because you assumed something. I'm like retarded. Oh, I'm gonna cut that. I'm like an idiot, bruh. Just like, I don't know. Take my advice if you want. I just say stuff. I talk a lot over 6 to 10 minute videos and make them longer than they have to be. So
Thinking, what could have this woman been through that she's so terrified of a stranger that she... What if my wife was pregnant, her water just broke and I needed help? I mean, who knows? What if I was having chest pain and I needed her to call 911? She didn't care. Just get away from me. Go. I don't got no money. She thought all I wanted was her money. I just wanted more time.
Bro, that's sick.
And it hurt, man. It's like, damn. People...
It does hurt.
You know, it's like, damn. It's humanity. So many people, what have they been through that makes them so terrified of relationships and people that they just don't want nothing to do with nobody? It's sad. It's
I
really
wasn't
sad.
scared of you when I saw you.
Well, but you're 1 in a million, you know? I mean,
That's
you sit down
facts,
and talk
bro.
to me, you know? Most people don't give a damn. But it's all right. You know, when it comes down to it, I came in this world by myself, and when I die, I'm going to be the only one in that coffin. And so really all I guess that matters is me, I guess. I don't know. I think people matter, but the more I'm starting to see, less and less.
People don't
You
care.
matter, bro.
I feel that way about you too, man. You matter. I mean, you care.
You
It's
matter.
sad to see that most people don't. It's just sad because there's so much beautiful things in life. There's so many beautiful things in life. Relationships are beautiful. Nobody wants relationships. Check this out. I've got over 240 some friends on Facebook. Most of them I knew from high school. I mean, I knew a lot of people. I got around, all right? 240 some people I know on Facebook. Most of them I thought were good friends from high school. Christmas Day, I Facebooked them all and I'm like, hey, it's Christmas. I haven't talked to some of y'all in over 20 years. Here's my number. Call me. Let's have a conversation. Nobody. And I posted that over and over.
Oh, that
Day.
hurts.
Nobody. And I'm talking people that asked me to be their friend. Oh, so-and-so wants you to be their friend. Well, I know this person from high school. Sure, I'll be their friend.
What does that
They wouldn't
mean?
call.
What does that mean?
It means people don't want relationships no more. They're so into their internet and so into their Facebook. They got their this is their idol.
Yo, that's facts, bruh. People mistake. Like, no, that's insane, bruh. People are just so caught up in other people's lives, in their own lives. And I'm not saying, like, other people's lives in a productive way, like helping out homeless people, helping out, like, children that need help, doing that or this. I mean, like, people are so caught up in the fictionalized version of other people's lives on the interweb that they just don't care enough to even message a friend and be like, oh, I used to talk to this person in high school. This was an old buddy. We might not be talking anymore, or like we just haven't talked in forever. How about I just shoot him a message? But people have like, I guess social media has really just got people caught up in the wrong things, bruh. It is, in a sense, their idol. People worship the internet. Social media specifically, I think. And it's because, I mean, generally as a part of living, social media has become like ingrained in the majority of people, their lives and stuff. Like people literally just like live on the interwebs. Like, I mean, there's two lives at this point. There's the life that you live in person, go to work, do whatever, and then there's like the internet life where you go on social media, doom scroll for 50 hours, look at these new posts, look at this celebrity's body, this person's so fit, this person's so that, or this, or whatever. People are losing sight of what's important. The only thing you have in this life is yourself and those around you, not those people that you see on the interwebs and you have a parasocial relationship with, but like the people that you've met. All we have is our experiences. We are nothing without that. If you met a friend a long time ago and you have a way of contacting them, please message them. That's an experience that you have and will always have. Unless, like, I don't know, you guys like killed each other's family or something. You know, probably then don't be talking to someone you murdered their family. Or maybe he murdered your family or something of that accord. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, people are becoming horses. That's what I have to say.
Internet's becoming idle, man. It's like people don't want relationships. They want the kind of relationships where they can be who they want to be and be who they are. You know, instead of being who they are, be who they want to be and pretend to be, oh yeah, I'm 6'4" and I got dark hair and blue eyes and big shoulders.
That's true. Yeah, that's what I was saying. People are like so caught up in a fictionalized version of what they see other people's lives as being that they obsess over the fictionalized version of themselves, bruh. They think so highly of themselves. Or they want to, at least, because they want to be this or that. Just be, bruh. I know that sounds dumb. Literally just live life and try to be. Just be. Just exist. Be yourself. Exist. It's all you can do.
But then I can't ever meet this person because I don't look like that, you know? And most people on these internet relationships, man, a girl, my high school sweetheart, I hooked up with her on Facebook, contacted her, hey man, let's meet. Well, she gave me her number. She's like, well, look, just text me. I really don't have time for conversations no more.
Damn.
She'd rather go text back and forth for 2 hours, texting back and forth, instead of having a 10-minute conversation that could have summed it all up.
Wow. Like over the phone or in person or what? Because, I mean, to be fair, like, some people literally don't have time. But you can make time. That's the whole point of, like, especially in relationships, it's so hard. Like, it's really about not, like, it never has to be a 50-50, I guess, like, effort on both parts. But it does, like, it will never exactly be 50-50. One person will be doing more than the other person or giving up more or doing this or that. But it's all about what you give, I guess. It's like you're 100%. You know, your 100% looks different than mine. Mine looks different than yours, you know? Than that dude. Than Evans. Devon. And like, it's all about how much effort you personally are putting. Especially in a relationship, you know, this dude's ex-girlfriend or whatever, bruh. Like, she won't even give him the time of day to, like, message him or something. When it's like 10 minutes, bruh, just call. It's for 10 minutes. You know, this dude's homeless, bruh. Just call him for 10 minutes, bruh. And that's not even for relationships, like, as in, like trying to date someone. That's for every relationship you have with people, you know? It's all of, like, give up some of your time to try to talk to people, but people are just on the interwebs constantly. Ironic, huh? And like they're just obsessed with this fake life, bruh.
People don't want conversations.
Wisdom,
They
true
want-
that, Kurt
They don't want
XD.
nothing no more. I don't know what they want. But this world sucks, man.
True that.
See it. Really.
Totally agree.
You know, so
I mean, but
I'm just trying to make the world a more better place, man, a more beautiful place. And if music and art can do it and somebody appreciates it, that's all that matters. If I can make a difference in one person's life, that's all that matters.
Damn.
'Cause,
you made a difference in my life.
praise God.
Damn.
Hallelujah.
You did. I wouldn't be sitting here with you if you hadn't.
Yeah,
Because you were playing your guitar when I walked up.
yeah.
Or he's playing
I hope it's
music.
a positive difference, you know. We can all make a negative influence in somebody's life, but if we can be a positive difference in somebody's life and make them just think for a minute.
You become a
maybe
Shaolin
there
monk
is
if your
something
girlfriend
to
breaks
care
up with you, bro.
about, you know.
How about you just become a Shaolin monk when you're with her? You know, honestly, that video was beautiful, bro. The thing is, yeah, I think people are just so afraid of being themselves nowadays. It's like, it's kind of insane to me how people have lost themselves because, I mean, to be fair, like, people see the fake lives of, you know, social media, I guess, creators and stuff like that. They'll look at, like, specific example that I think of is Ashton Hall. That guy is, like, roided up and stuff, bro. That guy's obviously using steroids. And he'll claim that he's not. Like, these fake naturals will just be like, oh, I'm natural, but I'm on steroids. Whatever. You might be ashamed to admit that, you're on steroids, but after a certain point of becoming such a big creator, it's kind of like you need to understand the effect that has on the youth, bruh. The body, I guess, ideal body of what a fit person looks like is nothing like what you see online, because all these people are just doing steroids, bruh. And that's like neutered the youth's minds, I guess. That's a weird way to say that. Like, they think that, oh, if my bicep isn't the size of my head, then I'm not fit. If I don't do steroids, or that, or this, you know, like, you know, I'm a piece of shit. And, like, that's just not true, bruh. That's just, it's horrible, bruh. People are trying to live up to fake expectations of themselves. That's why they end up getting caught up so much in their own lives, rather than trying to help out others, bruh. Or trying to make this world a better place. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Cool guy out.